everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Deck Tech for Decks. Today we are going to be doing a deck tech on Belakor, the Dark Master. This is one of those commanders, once he hits the battlefield, you'll be able to win if you can keep him around. So that's just what we're going to do. We're going to protect this guy, we're going to cast massive demons, and we're going to do a lot of damage doing it. So if that's something you're interested in, let's get into the deck. First off, we're running massive demons, so we're going to have to bring that cost down. We have Herald of Slaanesh. This came out with the Commander 40k, and it's perfect in this deck. Dream Devourer. It's going to let us foretell our cards. That way we can cast them for a cheaper cost on a later turn. Herald's Horn. It's going to reduce the cost and let us look for some of them. Urza's Incubator. Again, we're just reducing that cost. Finally, Magus the Red. We put her in here because, let's be honest, lowering the cost of those instant and sorcery spells is going to be really good because we're going to want to throw all of our mana at those giant demon creatures. Guys, let's get into those demons. We have Venom Crawler. This guy's just going to get bigger throughout the game and gain us a lot of life. The Unclean One. We're definitely going to try to do a lot of damage to our opponents just to try to make sure we get 3 tokens off of this, and then when they enter the battlefield we do damage, and our commander gets a better trigger when he enters the battlefield to draw more cards. Bloodthirster. This guy's got a really cool combo with Helm of the Host and our commander. So what we do is we equip Helm of the Host to our commander and then attack all of our opponents with Bloodthirster. That'll give us 3 additional copies of our commander and deal 36 damage. And then next turn, we can do that again and end the game. So this is a really broken combo in the deck. Alright guys, we got Matorion, Daemon Primnarch. This guy's insane. He's just going to let you create a token every time you lose life. And there's a lot of ways we're going to be losing life in this deck. Our commander being one of them. We've got Baylor. This guy's insane, right? He adds chaos. He adds damage. He's just really fun to use in a demon deck, so throw him in there. Burning Ruin Demon. There's a trick to this guy. Hey, if you want a demon, go ahead, tutor that guy up, and then tutor up a animation spell. It's like, are you going to let me reanimate him, or are you just going to give him to me? 9 times out of 10, they'll give you the demon. Kodor, Doomscourge. This one's pretty amazing. You'll just have your opponents attacking each other while you're just sitting back, and next turn you just swing face at them with a bunch of demons. Orca Siege Demon. This one's really fun, right? Because it's like, do you want to let it get bigger or do you want to destroy it? And when you destroy it, I'm going to do all the damage to you. So you can just throw that out there and see what they do. Ruin Scarred Demon just lets you tutor for a card, and he's got a 6/6 body, so we like that. Sneak Attack. We're trying to lower the cost of our demons any way we can. And we really don't care that we're sending them to the graveyard afterwards because we do have a lot of recursion in this deck. Raphael, Fiendish Savior. This one pairs really well with your commander, because every time you cast a demon, you'll gain that much life and deal that much damage. And then on top of that, it still gives the life link and gives them a +1/+1, so we're all for that. Yeah, the Devils just adds to it. Rites of Replication. I don't care who you use this on, make it a demon and your commander's going to do a lot of damage. Even if it's a legendary copy, you'll have to sack them all, but you're basically using a giant burn spell, right? Spark Double. This will create a non-legendary token of your commander. If we can double up on that and draw some cards while doing it, I'm all for it. Sakashima of 1,000 Faces. Same thing. Let's double up on our commander. Alright guys, with us putting so much of our resources into casting these giant demons, we need to protect them. We have Swiftfoot Boots, Lightning Greaves, just classics, Siren Storm Tamer, and Glenalendra. These 2 are pretty good because they'll let you dodge removal spells that people have in their hands. Like, they'll know they need to get rid of one of your demons, but they'll hold on to it just because they don't want to see it immediately get countered. I don't know why, but I've seen that happen. We then have Deadeye Navigator. This one, if they cast a removal spell on your commander, just blink it, he comes back, the spell fizzles, and you draw cards. Win-win. Resurrection Orb, same thing, right? He just comes back, you draw more cards, and you gain lifelink with it, so win-win. Alright guys, let's move on to ramp. We've got some spicy stuff in here and some not so spicy stuff in here. So let's start off with Sword of Hearth and Home. I like this because it's going to ramp you on top of blinking your commander or just a large demon. You know, blink your commander, draw cards, blink a large demon, he does damage. It's really good. The Reaver Cleaver. I see this having big potential in the deck, right? Just a lot of treasure tokens. Gilded Lotus, 5 mana for 3. We'll take that. Dynamo, even better because it's 4 mana for 3. So we'll definitely take that as well. From here, it gets a little more boring. We've got Wayfarer's Bauble, the 3 Talismans, the 3 Signets, and then finally Arcane Signet. I know it's kind of lazy, but if you think about it, it's one of the most effective ways because it's very low ramp. We want to be casting we want to be using our mana to cast demons. We don't want to be using our mana to ramp. So just 2 mana out of a turn, you get a Signet. It's going to be really high probability that we draw one of those in our opener, which is going to be really good. I think it's the most efficient ramp for this deck. I will say, though, all of our ramp is kind of tied into artifacts, so you better hold a counterspell up for anything destroying artifact spells. Alright, let's jump into card draw with Demon Lord Belzenlock. This guy has the potential to draw us a lot of cards in this deck, so we're definitely going to include him. Doom Whisperer. This guy's not really card advantage, but we can kind of use him as card advantage due to the recursion we have in the deck. This guy, I think, is underrated because you can just activate his abilities as many times as you want. I mean, until you run out of life, but that's neither here nor there. Villas, Broker of Blood. This guy's just going to draw us a lot of cards if we can ever get him onto the field. Blood Gift Demon. This guy's just going to allow you to draw an extra card on your upkeep, and he's got a big body while doing that. Harvester of Souls. Notably, this guy doesn't care what creature dies. He's going to draw you a card whenever anything dies. Paired with our commander, when he enters the battlefield, we'll kill something, draw a card. Hopefully, if all goes well. Kindred Discovery. This is a tribal deck. We've got over 20 demons in the deck, so I'm hoping to draw a lot of cards off of this. Notably, with the blink in the deck, we're going to draw cards whenever we blink them or attack, so that's really good. Wheel of Misfortune. This one's got a really cool synergy with that Daemon guy, because all you got to do is bet a lot of life and then create a massive demon, right? So that's going to be fun. It's kind of risky, but fun. That's what we're here for. Magus of the Will. This guy will bring him back, wheel again. He'll die, bring him back, wheel again. He's going to be really good in the deck. Windfall. This one, just classic. You have 0 cards in your hand, but someone has 7. Well, give me 7, right? Fact or Fiction. We're just kind of filling our graveyard with this, and it kind of makes our opponents think. Maybe we can get someone to help us out. Sometimes you get someone that puts all 5 cards in one pile and 0 in the other. I don't know who does it. People do. And then Stinging Study. Our commander's 6 mana, so we'll take 6 cards off of that. That animator package. We've got Animate Dead. Classic, cheap, effective. Reanimate. Again, classic, cheap, effective. Phyrexian Delver. This one's really good because it's tacked onto a creature's body, right? So we can just even bring this guy back and start bringing stuff back. Bring him back, he dies, bring him back again. Pretty good. Chainer Nightmare Adept. This one, I think it's underrated. I don't see it played that often, and it gives someone haste. All you got to do is discard a card, and you have access to all of the creature cards in your graveyard. That's pretty good. And haste. Whip of Erebos, lifelink in this deck is insane. And at the end of the day, we're not going to care that we're exiling a giant, massive demon, because when he enters the battlefield, he's going to do a lot of damage. We're going to get the effect off of him that turn. We're going to gain a lot of life, and then he'll die, and then we'll just keep going. Have Patriarch's Bidding. Maybe all your demons die, and this is your last-ditch effort to win the game. If you have your commander on the battlefield when you cast this, you will win the game, right? Okay, guys, let's get into the removal. The removal is kind of focused around board wipes because, honestly, you should have the biggest creature, right? And so we're not really more worried about single big creatures, but we are worried about people going wide. So we have Dread Cacodemon. I've always wanted to cast this guy from my hand. In this deck, it seems possible with all of the cost reducers we have paired with the signets. Rakdos, the Showstopper. This one's a little chaosy, but hey, we can blink them and get that effect over and over again, so eventually, hopefully, everything dies. Mandate of Abandon. This one, just a board wipe, gonna be pretty good because we can choose our highest creature. Vandal Blast. Obviously, you don't have to use this when you've got all your signets, but if someone's going off with treasures, this is a must-have in any red deck, in my opinion. Toxic Deluge, again, this one lets you choose the power so you can kind of still keep your board. Chaos Warp, just a classic, gets rid of any permanent you need. Swan Song, this one's going to counter anything that's trying to kill your creatures. Notably, it only works on instant sorceries enchantments, but yeah, you get what you can. And then Archfiend of Depravity. This one's going to make sure our opponent's board stays small and manageable. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching the deck tech. I hope you'd enjoyed. Let me know any cards you think I should add, any cards you think I should take out. I had a lot of fun building this, and please like, comment, and subscribe.